Have you ever thought about, as an entrepreneur, you must wear 50 hats to build your business? This often leads to overwhelm, frustration, shiny object syndrome, procrastination. And today we're going to talk about how to expand your freedom by narrowing your focus. It seems counterintuitive because often we think we need to do more to have more. But really it comes down to you being laser focused on what you want to create in your life and business so that you can expand your freedom. And when I'm talking about freedom, I'm talking about you creating a life and business of flow, of playfulness, of getting where you want to go by doing less work and making more money because you're so crystal clear on what you want to create. This raises your vibrational frequency and has you attracting things to you instead of having to do all the hard work in a scattered way where you feel like you're constantly on the treadmill. That's what we're talking about today on Max Potential Habits. If it's your first time here, I'm Dr. Amanda Barrientos, the founder of NFA Coaching and the host of this podcast. This is your place to come each and every week for tips, tools, and inspirational interviews to help you optimize your habits so you can thrive in your life and business. And I'm psyched you're here. This is such an important topic because we live in a fast-paced society where there is information at your disposal at all points in time. The awesome benefit of this is that you can learn anything you want to learn, literally. I mean, you can get on YouTube University and you can learn. The sky's the limit. I don't think I've ever put a topic into YouTube and there wasn't a video about that topic. How awesome is that? And it can also lead to massive distraction. Same with podcasts, same with books, right? There's always resources out there for you to learn. And as someone, one of my highest values is learning, I can be in constant mode of learning, which is awesome because I like to learn more and more and more and know everything I possibly can. But when you're talking about business strategy, and building your business quickly, let's say you want to scale to 6, 7, 8 figures, you've got to be laser focused. Otherwise, you're going to suffer from shiny object syndrome. And shiny object syndrome will never get you where you want to go because you're going to start to dive into something, get distracted, dive into something else, get distracted, dive into something else, and you dilute your potency and your power. And this lack of focus causes you to always feel overwhelmed because you can only take on so much. We all have the same 24 hours in the day, but you notice that some people, the very highly successful ones, get a lot farther in 24 hours than maybe you are getting. And if you want to become a person who can scale your business to the sky's the limit, you've got to learn to train your brain in the direction of getting where you want to go. This is mindset training, right? This is a habits podcast. So your habit of being laser focused is one of the most powerful tools you can use. And it's really easy when you're starting a business, especially, or before that 6-figure mark, before you know, as you're figuring it out, to get distracted and to get overwhelmed. Whenever our brain goes into a state of overwhelm, we get into our lower part of our animal brain. I call it monkey brain. It's our amygdala, where we kind of get into a low state panic mode. And in that panic mode, we get confused. And we start to look for answers in the confusion, and we're never going to we're never going to find clarity when we're coming at it from a state of confusion. So if you're in this place, it's okay. It happens to everyone I know. So don't beat yourself up because that's not conducive in helping you get where you want to go. Take some deep breaths and remember in the morning, every single morning, to start to align with the habit of asking yourself, what can I focus on today? What are the 3 to 5 highest priority action steps I can take today to get where I want to go? This will help you direct your focus so you can expand your freedom. And I want you, if you haven't ever heard of Pareto's principle, I love the Pareto principle. It's the 80-20 rule. And the idea is that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. So what I want you to do is to eliminate or decide if you need to delegate away any trivial tasks, the trivial many. So all the things that you're doing that don't matter, what can you delegate to someone else? Or what can you completely drop from your schedule? So make a fine-tuned list and reflect on your day and go, okay, what are the things that I'm doing every day? What are the top 10 things that I spend my time on? Make a list, and then I want you to circle the 2 things that are actually moving the needle forward. And then I want you to keep doing all of those, and with the rest, either delegate it away or stop doing it altogether. There's so much advice out there about how to build a business, and people say, do this, you've got to do this and this and this. I mean, we're talking social media marketing, you've got to put out content all the time. If that's moving the needle forward, awesome, do more of that. If it's not, how can you limit that so that you're actually focusing on what moves the needle forward? What is the 20% of your efforts that's making the biggest difference? So I think there's a book by Gary Keller called The One Thing. Awesome read it for sure. If you're a person who has shiny object syndrome, very powerful. I say focus on the two things because I like the 80-20 rule. I think it really helps with dropping procrastination, dropping doubt, and getting you laser focused so you can expand your freedom. So today, I really want you to think, okay, it could be the one or the two things that you focus on. Just practice it today. What are the two things that you can decide to do today that are going to move the needle forward? Drop everything else, because most of the time, all of those other things that you're focusing on are just distraction. It's you taking up space, creating busy work, and it's non-productive productivity. It's like you're filling up your plate to feel like you're busy, to make yourself feel like you're doing something, but it's not moving the needle forward. I want you to be thinking, what's my fastest path to cash? Especially if you're in a startup and you're newer in the business game and you haven't broken through the 6-figure mark yet, you need to get laser focused if that's your goal. And I think for most of us, that's our goal, is to get to a place of freedom in our finances. For you, it might be a 50K a year, it might be a 100K a year, it might be 10 million a year. Whatever that is for you, define what freedom means to you. To me, freedom means that I get to make a huge impact in the world. I have all the money coming in that I need where I don't need to worry about it. I use my money to make a larger impact in the world and to do all the things I love. That's freedom. I go, I get to do exactly what I love every single day, and money is never a concern, and it's constantly flowing in. And that happens by me narrowing my focus. The more and more focused I've gotten in my business, the faster things have come my way, because clarity is a manifestation power. When you're unclear, you send signals to the universe like, I don't know what I want. So the universe can't bring you a direct path. And your brain is an operating system. So if you put gibberish into your operating system, let's say you go to Google and you type in gibberish, it's gonna say no results, right? It doesn't know what to give you. If you go to Google and you put in exactly what your search engine is, it gives you often millions of results. So for you to get clear helps you manifest. And there's a lack of clarity when you're in the space of being unfocused, when you're in the space of shiny object syndrome. So I want you to get clear today. Think about the 10 things you've been doing and circle the 2 that really matter, that are moving the needle forward, and do more of those. Those are your fastest path to cash. Those are your fastest path to scaling your business. Those are what are going to help you take it to the next level. High fives, BNFA today. I'm so psyched you're here. I hope you have a max potential week where you thrive and feel alive and get focused on the 2 things and implement the 80-20 rule to kick ass and narrow your focus so you can expand your freedom. I'll see you next week.